What's your favorite question to ask someone to get to know them better? What's your favorite Kanye's album? Do you like hurting animals? I live in Florida and drive a lot of old people around. I like to ask the guys what their first car was. It usually sparks a great memory and they go on and on. I enjoy it. What did you listen to on the way here? I always ask people how they feel about LGBTQ+, especially trans people, BLM and abortion. The answers to these questions usually tell me enough I need to know about the person. Removed. Do you think Chicago deep dish is pizza or do you think it's casserole? Generally that's all I care about. Are you Republican or Democrat? What's your fucking problem? What would you do if you won the lottery tomorrow? Gets people talking about their dreams and aspirations. What do you hope people notice about you, and what do you hope they don't? If you could be any animal, what would you be and why? It gives a lot of insight on their personality and how people see themselves. What's your social security number? What is something special about you that no one would guess by looking at you? I asked this while I was teaching a day-long class to 10 adult women learning a craft, to break the ice. Some of the answers. I live entirely off the grid now. This was 15 years ago. I'm a Marine. I was an Olympic figure skating judge. This woman was 80 years old. I have 13 children. It was a great question. The conversations were really interesting that day. Where was Gonda when the Westfold fell? What are your pronouns? Then I know if they're an asshole or a nice person. Do you play Minecraft? If they say no, I leave and never speak to them again. Do you have a morally casual attitude? What do you like to do for fun? What kind of woman is your type? What is your absolute dream? If it were to be your last day on Earth, what goal would you have to have met in order to pass on happily? What was a time when you made a big risk, bet and it went against you, didn't work out? How do you feel about pugs? Bit of an odd one, but I always ask if you were a dog/cat, what type of dog/cat would you be and why? Do you like gorillas? What video games do you like? Or, what fandoms are you in? I think I might have a winner here. I've asked people what their parents do for a living. The answer, even if they might have lost a parent or they don't have a job, usually says a lot about a person. Even the way they describe their parent's job, could be proud or slightly embarrassed, says a lot about them and how they see the world. Who's your favorite Muppet? You can tell a lot from a person based on which Muppet they like the most. Kermit is by far the most popular answer as he's the first name that comes to mind for most. Personally, I fall for anyone who answers Beaker or Dr. Honeydew. Consume any good media lately? Books/TV/movies. What's your greatest fear in life? What's one life lesson you've learned since becoming an adult? What is your secret desire? Or fear? Straight from Lucifer series, although the first one has been my pickup line forever. Depending on the situation I may lighten it with. If it is too embarrassing or macabre, you can tell me the second biggest. Do your balls hang to the left leg or right? I always ask. If you had the electric chair tomorrow morning, what would your last meal be, from starters to dessert? This usually starts a long conversation about food, which is obviously the only thing I care about. Tell me about your mother? Lol, smiley face. You good, bro? Do you like anal? So how about that local sports team A? Do you like Trump? Lets you know their social IQ level. When I was single, how do you spend your Sunday? Was one of my go-to dating questions. Saturday always felt like a day to run errands, clean, etc. So how someone spent their Sunday, in my opinion, was telling of their interests outside of work and other obligations. Do you consider yourself a pessimist or optimist? And always following up with why, but seeing how definitively or quickly they answer is also interesting. What's your favorite question to ask someone to get to know them better? Are you taking any prescription medication? What is your favorite condiment? Rules: a condiment is anything that has two or more ingredients and is added to food to enhance its flavor. Do you eat mac and cheese with a spoon or fork? There is only one right answer and it's spoon. Fight. Who picked your name? What's your favorite color and why? Make sure to say it in person and inject into random talking so it's unexpected. It's not necessary what they pick. It's how they react and what they do. Can tell a lot about someone. My other not used one anymore is just randomly saying penis for absolutely no goddamn reason. But that, well, according to my therapist, is not appropriate. It may not be a question, but a topic that I'd bring up. Because asking a random question out of the blue would jolt that person or make them uncomfortable to answer. So, emo, it is better to bring a topic that can be followed by the question you'd want to ask. Straight up. What are you trying to do with your life? I like to ask them what subject they feel like an expert / particularly confident about. I've gotten so many awesome answers, preceded by cool little facts and mind-blowing stories. When I was an instructor for a highly technical analysis school for the military, at the end of the first day, which was all admin, setting up computer accounts, creating recall rosters, designating class leaders and responsibilities, etc., I always gave a homework assignment. That assignment was, if you were a professional wrestler, what would your entrance music be? It gave me some insight as to what kind of class I was going to have over the next 6 months. For instance, I knew that people who didn't have an answer the next day weren't going to be any fun to be around, and those who deliberately picked another professional wrestler's entrance music, and described their signature moves during the entrance, were either going to ace the class or bomb out in the first module. There was no in-between with those guys. Some people just picked their favorite songs, which told me their taste in music and told me a good-sized chunk about their personality, and the one person who put a lot of psychological thought into their choice were probably going to be the honor graduate. Granted, the above doesn't have any documented psychological basis, and the first time I gave the assignment it was out a joke, but it kind of became my tradition and I started noticing trends in the responses. Who did you vote for in the last election? Dang, this comment section a gold mine. I'm stealing some of these for better conversation use. I like to ask couples how they met. In a gathering there is always at least one interesting story. I used to ask if someone would set a giraffe on fire for $1 million, and would they still do it if they had to watch. It helped me identify psychopaths from normals. How long are you? I was raised in a family of secrets, and you didn't ask personal questions. It is hard for me too. I am not sure if I am crossing a line, so I just don't say anything. I just listen, smiley face. This is a great question, smiley face. How many lives have you ruined? So it's definitely not a day one sort of question, but it's something I've discussed with all of my friends. What are some of your fetishes? It's more a matter of trust over actual information, but it's fun to talk about. So it's definitely not a day one sort of question, but it's something I've discussed with all of my friends. What are some of your fetishes? It's more a matter of trust over actual information, but it's fun to talk about. What game do you play? Do you like Will Ferrell movies? If no, they can kick rocks. Do you wipe standing up or sitting down? What I am looking for is any answer. If they act offended or confused, or have never thought about it, they not my type of people lol. What do you think about humans? What's your favorite movie? What's your blood type? What haven't I asked that I should have asked? What made you smile today? If you could change one aspect of your life, what would it be and why? What shows do you watch? You can just connect over TV shows and characters tbh. What are your political beliefs? Do you enjoy drinking plain milk? People either say, yes, I love milk, and I drink it with almost every meal. Or milk is disgusting and I'll only drink it in cereal. Do you like Star Wars? Hello. How's your life right now? Would you ever live in a haunted house? If they give me a fun answer we can joke around, if they give me a serious answer I can ask a follow-up of do you believe in ghosts and just get into a fun weird conversation.
With